Hi friends, thanks for joining me today. Well, I have a special little treat that I haven't talked about on video. I created a fall journal that I want to share with you. As you can see, this is actually an altered book. The story is Pumpkin Day. So I have altered it, and you can see that I covered it with material, and then I added some leaves to it, and then I added some very small bows that I colored in with marker. First they had been coffee dyed, and then I colored them in. The spine is covered in leaves, and then this nice flower that was given to me in Happy Mail. And here's the back. This is just the fall fabric that I have, and as you can see, I sewed it onto the book cover. We have a beautiful handmade tag. You can see there's a bulb pin here and a little bead hanging from the bulb pin. This does flip up so it can be written on both sides. Created a pocket here and covered it in fabric. Here's the story. It's just so cute. Throughout I put tabs on, and this was a fall ribbon that I had. So we follow along, and here's the story, and even on the story page there's enough room here for writing if you wanted to. Then we've got this, I used a bag, a paper bag inside. I decoupaged a napkin onto it. Well, actually I used glue stick for that. And that napkin was given to me by Mystical Misty. She sent me some Fall Ephemera for my 2K giveaway that I did. So I've used her Fall Ephemera in this journal. Now inside the paper bag pocket, I've just put a giant recipe card, and this can be covered and written on, it can be covered and a photo put on it, or you could use the recipe. Here we have, this is a vintage piece of paper. It has the name Jean here. The N came off. Very, very old paper, so I adhered it to the page. I kept the story in order, and as you can see, I used some tape in order to make sure that I could keep it in order, and then I drew a vine with the leaves on it. Here's some of my coffee dyed paper. This comes out of a vintage magazine, and as you can see, that is a birthday cake. I thought the colors were perfect, so that's why I chose it for the journal. Here's the other side of the vintage paper. I created a pocket using a page from the actual story, and then inside we have a vintage chocolate chip rum cake recipe, and then a nice card. I just thought that the colors were perfect for fall. Over here we have a card. This was sent to me by Misty, and I put a little plain piece on the other side, inked it around the edges. I used this paper because the colors were perfect. These are dogs, and they are just having all sorts of fun. And this was given to me by Tina McCall, probably about a year ago. Here is the center spread, and we have some pretty little beads. I used my orange wax thread for each of the signatures. On this side we have a side pocket, and you can see I've layered some fabric and then the ribbon and then some satin ribbon and then a wooden apple. And inside the pocket, again, it's got a pumpkin on it. The colors are perfect. It says get well soon, but you could write on it or you could use it as a get well card. It's a very sweet image, and it says 1982 on it. And here I have, you guys know I went to the thrift store and I found these recipe cards. So if the colors work, I'm popping those into some of my journals. Coffee dyed paper here. Here we have this little side tuck, and I put a tab down here just to hold everything in. This is a page of the story. Here's my tape, and I drew the vine on it. So here's a little flip I made. I used the napkin given to me by Misty. And then I just popped in this card because I thought the colors were perfect. Over here I have a nice little pocket, and it's got some fabric, the ribbon, and a button on it. And then here is a nice little tag flip. On this I also used napkin and then the ribbon and then some fabric and another button. Here's the other side of the paper bag. So what I did was I added just some writing paper, and if you open it up, there's more for you to write on. And since that is the other side of the bag, you can reach inside and pull out this pretty fall colored greeting card, and it's empty inside so you can journal in it if you'd like to. Here we have a vintage recipe note card, so I just put that on there. I thought that was fun. I finally got to use this paper clip that I have, and it's cute because it's got like this rustic flower and then this trim on it. So I adhered a little tag, and this tag has that napkin on it as well. And here we have a vintage, this is not a playing card, this is not an index card, flash card. So on this page it's so cute. We got the farm and we got the little ponies, and I just think that's so cute. That's the end of our first signature. We have more coffee dyed paper here. Here is a fabric flip. And then under that are more papers to journal on. Cute little story page. I used the rub-on stickers that were sent to me. They worked out great in here. You can see them on each one of the coffee dyed pages. This says Little Slice of Autumn. I think that's so cute. I created another tag, and this could be written on with a gel pen. Used the napkin, as you can see. I love this die cut that Misty sent me. It says A Little Slice of Autumn. So cute. Just a little bit of scrapbook paper that I was able to add to the journal. This is from a vintage magazine. It was Southern Living, and it was from 1992, I do believe. This is the center signature, and we have some pretty little beads. Here I was able to use another altered paper clip, just with a nice color coordinating piece of paper to write on, and this can be written on with a gel pen, or photo could be added. Be great to jot down memories of the fall time. This is just a nice little piece of lined paper that I've added. This is a very simple journal. It's full of color and fall feels, but it's not too large. Here we have another tag and a pumpkin tuck with this side tuck as well. And then here's a fun little element, is we can open this up, and when we do, we have two more pockets. This is some of my eco-dyed paper. And then over here we have this wonderful card, and this was given to me by my friend Maria. Oh, I'm so glad I opened it because I forgot to take her little note out. That's so funny. Anyway, she put the note in with a Post-it so that I could use the card, and I think I just think it goes perfectly in here. And I also put a piece of, it's basically a piece of a vintage bank statement that I just popped in there just for fun. All right, let me move this back over so I'm in center frame here. All right, so this was a piece of the book also. I think it's so pretty. This was a perfect card to put inside with all the fall leaves and the trees, and it's a nice reusable card. Beautiful. And then this was a piece of just nice sort of brown paper, and I think it works well. That paper was given to me by Pam of Pamela's Creations, actually. This is some of my coffee and gold dyed paper. That is the end of the second signature. Here we have the third signature and more of these pretty rub-ons. Just love them. Got some fabric up here with just some paper that I tore the edges. I did some inking around the edges. Here I did a whole line of that ribbon on the side, and I think it just looks perfect with this page. This is such a sweet little story. This page also opens like this, and I had this vintage, somebody had made a handmade notebook to learn how to write, and this was one of the pages in the handmade notebook. And the notebook probably came from the 1950s, just the way that it was put together. It was put together with rope. I shared that on one of my thrift hauls. Anyway, I got it at the flea market. It's just really fantastic. So I was really glad to add this. And then you can flip that up, and then there's more writing space here. So now the mom and daughter are in the kitchen, and they've emptied out their pumpkins. They're gonna make some pumpkin pie, I suppose. And the father and son are in there, and they are emptying out their pumpkins too, probably getting ready to carve them. Here's a nice piece of coffee dyed paper. Here's the center of that signature, just one little bead here, and it says fall right here. Here they have finished carving their pumpkins, and they're on their front porch. Over here we've got a nice center belly band. And I have filled this belly band with a couple of different things. One is this piece here. It's just a nice little piece for writing on. And then this is an envelope that I made for the October Swap and Sew. And I attached these $500 bills, well, Monopoly money, and added tabs so that they didn't sink too far into this envelope. But I absolutely love everything about this. It was a vintage envelope anyway, dated September 12th, 1988. I went ahead and coffee dyed it. Then I went ahead and sewed all these fabrics onto it, and I love it. I want to let you know that this is available in my Etsy shop if you are interested. Actually, I'm going to put the tabs sticking out this way. Let's do it like this. There we go. So here we have this piece, and the mom and daughter looking out the window, and the dad and son are walking out onto the porch. And somebody, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who, but somebody had sent me these cards, and I just turned them into tags. I thought it was perfect for this part of the story. This is a sweet story. I know a lot of people aren't into like the dark Halloween stuff, and I thought this would be just a nice little sweet one to make. Added some fabric and a button here. Over here is another belly band and another cute little card that I turned into a tag. And then this is some vintage ephemera. It came out of a magazine, and it was, I guess, a recipe magazine. I wish I could find a date, but I don't see a date on here. But anyway, I made this so that you could write on it, and I just decorated the front a little bit, but you can still see some of the front, so that's kind of fun. Oh, I think I had this over here like this. Yes, I did. That way the ribbon can, you know, stick out this way, and it's not gonna, I didn't want it to get in here. So some coffee dyed paper, and this is the last page. We have a little bit of rub on here. I have signed it, and then in the back pocket I have the other half of the envelope that I had made. So you can see here this flips up so that you can see inside the envelope. And then this is just a nice decorative side. And then inside the envelope, I just put some vintage ephemera. This comes out of a Dutch magazine, and it is just some people. It looks like these ladies are working with some pots, and then these guys are, I don't know what they're doing, but it looks like this maybe is an engineering school or something like, well, industrial art in Copenhagen, so that's what it is. And then there's another picture. So I just popped those in there just for fun. I had them, and I thought, you know, why not just add something unexpected inside? So that's what I did there. So friends, as I mentioned, this is available in my Etsy shop if you'd like a little, just a little journal for fall time. I thought that would be just something sweet that I could do, and use this book that I had picked up, and I just thought the story was so cute. Well, friends, thanks for watching. See you soon.